At last, we now know everything that was changed to Mortal Kombat 1 in yesterday's first patch update for, you guessed it, MK Uno. Hey, what's up, your boy Dynasty? Yeehaw! They listed. It took a day, but hot off the wire about an hour ago on this Tuesday afternoon, WB NetherRealm Studios came out and released the full details to yesterday's patch update that went live on every console, PC, other than the Nintendo Switch. Still no update when the Switch is going to get this patch update. You guys barely got Invasions like 2 weeks ago, so maybe you'll get this update in like a month. But regardless, today, going over everything because you guys do know, apart from the day one patch and a few hot fixes in between, this is essentially the very first time that we got a patch for Mortal Kombat 1 that's changing the characters and the, tier list and balancing issues. And not only is it, a big deal for like the balancing of the roster, but even just like general gameplay changes and fixes and features being added, things being added. It's pretty loaded. So pause. That sounds horrible. That's what she said. Drop a like! I'm here. I'm back on the saddle. Yeehaw, I'm making Mortal Kombat 1 content. There's no machine behind me. Without you, I'm nothing. So the likes keep the videos pumping. I'm picking all the wrong words to say today. You can tell I'm a bit rusty. It's been like a week. So yeah, going over the entirety of the patch notes. It's a lot. First things first, the general gameplay they're calling adjustments, move list corrections, localization fixes, AI adjustments and improvements to screen reader functionality, added the Halloween finisher, which is available in the premium store. And on an aside, I just checked that it's still not up for grabs. So we have to pay for this, and don't know what it costs because despite it being added, it's not in rotation. Added the Halloween variant to the Cage Mansion, available for free to all players. Wuxi Academy Arena Evening variants, concept art, and music can now be unlocked by players. Initially, when I first showed you guys both these stages yesterday, I mentioned how on this one in particular, the Wuxi Academy Evening, you had to be a level 100 on your profile, but people have actually come out and said that they weren't level 100s unlocking this, so maybe it's free for everybody. Not sure. However, the shrine can now be activated right away after receiving a reward. That was one of the big gripes and complaints. The fact that it took so long to use your coins in the shrine, so that'll hopefully make it a bit easier and faster, more efficient with your time. Fixed cases where the yellow notification for new items would not clear. Fixed issue that sometimes causes players to not have access to DLC while offline. Adjusted camera placement for Goro and Mataro in customized photo mode. Fixed situation in Kameo Customize where randomizing Kameo palettes would not save in the setting. Again, it's a lot of quality of life changes, not just balancing out the roster. Fixed miscellaneous circumstances of visual effects and Customize disappearing too quickly. Added the ability to tag moves to the screen during play from the move list. 2023 Mortal Kombat. Move list now returns to last tab use and remembers if advanced view is toggled. Fixed a physics issue likely to occur when pausing at certain timing in tutorial mode. Tutorial mode text adjustments and corrections. I guess there were some typos in there. Removed difficulty selection from Endless Tower in Classic Towers. Added online leaderboards to Classic Towers. That's kind of cool. Added voice chat options to mute yourself and mute other players to main menu audio options and online pause menu. Again, something that should have probably been on, day one. Just saying. In-game ping connection indicator can now be enabled. Added Forever King mode to online King of the Hill. I've still not tried this out, but this is one of the things that I'm really excited to actually see in action. The ability to just sit there and play with you guys endlessly despite losing. Winning doesn't matter, just always me being king. Playing with you guys sounds like a lot of fucking fun. Fixed visual issues occurring after some brutalities were performed. I guess like the Switch. Sometimes people's heads are just levitating and things of that sort. So, again, not a rushed game, by the way. Fixed visual issues, just what I just said, that sometimes occurred when a quitality happened in the air. Fixed an issue that could cut off some intro clash dialogue early. Not a rushed game, by the way. Adjusted last hill animation when defeating your opponent with a jumping attack. Increased default combo damage scaling on sweep and fast knockdown reactions. Announcer will now say the arena name after a random arena selected. Again, just common sense things that should have been in there from day one. Fixed several situations where facial animations would get stuck in one pose for an extended period of time. Fixed several issues that could occur when defeating an endurance opponent. They don't tell you what they are, though. Several of them. Several visual issues that test your might. Several visual issues that could occur in the victory cinematic. What do you know? What? Rushed game. Fix the rare issue which could cause players select to become unresponsive if both players input a specific sequence. That sounds like a fucking nightmare. Fix for several brutalities causing the game to become unresponsive under certain rare conditions. Not rare enough. Fix situation in which the Kameo could obstruct view of the main character doing the fatal blow cinematic. It's actually a pretty funny glitch I've seen a few times. Fix the rare issue which would cause fatal blows on hit to briefly lose invulnerability before the cinematic begins. Fixed issue with Kameo summons entering from the wrong side when called near the corner during specific situations. I feel like I just saw somebody like a week ago lose a tournament because something like this happened. Remove the ability to perform a reversal without letting go of block. Hey, a fair game, what do you know? Removed a window where ambush attacks would be done during the last 3 frames of block stun. Fixed an issue that when pressing the Kameo input button at the exact same time as an attack button would cause one of the inputs to be ignored. To think this went on for a month, guys. Holy shit. Fixed an issue where some cancels using enhanced specials not executing properly when used at specific timing with Kameo ambush. Fatal blows now use the correct reduced combo damage scaling. Fixed issue with certain Kameo attacks when used in a combo would prevent brutalities. Fix specific situations where the character performing breaker would instantly recover. It never ends, I'm telling you. Fix an issue which could cause multiple input Kameo moves, preventing the main character from performing a special cancel. Flawless block now also reduces super meter gain from blocked attacks as well as block damaged. Fixed issue of several Kameo projectiles that could cause the opponent to face the wrong direction when hits. Fixed certain Kameo attacks still able to be performed while the Kameo is in a knocked out cool down state. Those are all of your general gameplay adjustments. And if they really wanted to, they could list all the several issues in both the gameplay and visual department, and this could be even longer. So, yeah, a lot. And by the way, if it sounds like I'm like struggling to read, I'm reading this off of my OBS screen, preview screen, and not off my monitor, so it's about 1/8 of the size of the monitor to my left here, which I should be reading. Maybe I'll read the monitor this time, so professional YouTuber, by the way. Practice mode. Fix changes to controls not working correctly when using playback recording. Block type now appears when damage text is on and if the attack does 0 damage. Fix rare issue that could cause the AI to do get up / reversals even when set to off. Fix an issue with auto block not functioning if breaker mode is set to on. Fix the UI issue that could cause the custom dummy settings to not update after using a playback recording. Jump movement mode now immediately jumps after recovery has ended from being hit. So your practice mode has been overhauled. Not as many changes as your general gameplay adjustments, but still enough to really make practice mode a lot more of a valid and fun experience. Invasions mode, we can sprint now. We can run, holding down, I believe, R3, which is kind of a big deal. Fix some camera positioning issues. Adjusted armor on some common enemies. Oh, I think there's also like less ambushes. Yeah. Super armor no longer reduces damage. Reduce the chance for ambushes to trigger, you see? Players can now toggle to faster navigation speed by pressing R3. Talismans now have 1 hit of armor reduced, startup, and recovery. Fixed an issue during combat, which would cause the attacks to not hit when affected by magic aura modifier. That was so annoying. Fixed several lingering visual effects during combats. Adjusted rotation of hourly, daily, and weekly towers in the gateway Mesa. Why do I feel like that's something I've never done? Fix the UI issue with stats causing them to not properly display if increased above 254 points. Fix the UI issue which would not correctly display the number of ornate keys available when opening a locked chest. Players can now use a talisman while morphed into an opponent as Shang Tsung. Fix an issue which sometimes allow brutalities to be performed in endurance modes, causing incorrect animations to occur. Elemental armor is now based on number of hits instead of damage. So invasions mode, the big takeaway here is, well, you can run. We can run, guys. We can run. Story mode. Fixed several cutscene transition camera issues. Fixed visual and audio issues of several timeline invaders during Chapter 15, aka the ending. Ninja Mime timeline invader will no longer talk. They made Ninja Mime a Ninja Mime. The state of Mortal Kombat. Character-specific adjustments. Time for the meat and potatoes of all this again. Some people really weren't touched at all. That, again, sounds horrible out of fucking context. Pause, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this is just, like, visual changes and things of that sort. So, they didn't go too drastic, I think, with, you know, buffs and nerfs. So, kicking things off, Ashura. Soaring Demon could no longer be 2-in-1 cancelled when up-blocked. Fixed visual issue that would cause the opponent to have an incorrect animation being hit by the Spirit Slice and not inputting any actions for a period of time. So, Ashura fans, I'm sorry about that. Baraka fans, I too am sorry about what I'm about to read to you. Stab has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Chop has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Adjusted victim regions when standing and up blocking. Fixed several issues with the bleeding foot which could cause him to go outside boundaries of the arena. Move to unexpected locations when it is interrupted and causing characters to pass through attacks. So Baraka, it'd be like that sometimes. General Shao! Fixed issue that could cause the axe to become permanently inactive if he loses a round while performing Axe Quake or Axe Recall. Kinda drastic. Fixed an issue that could cause axe to become permanently inactive if his opponent uses Shujinko's Copycat while it is planted from Power Strike. I believe this was also like banned for this weekend's events. So I'm glad to see these things are finally fixed for, you know, General Shao players. It'd be like that sometimes, just like Baraka and Ashura players. Fixed an issue which was causing all special moves to do less block damage than expected. Fixed visual effects issue during the Fatal Blow startup. There you go, Shao fans. How do you feel about that? Garrus fans, this next one's for you. Shattered Sands has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. A lot of that going on lately. History Lesson has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Interrupting History Lesson now causes combo damage scaling to be applied. Fixed issue with Redo, which could cause it to no longer rewind Garrus to his marked location when he is hit after certain attacks. Fixed issue that allowed Garrus to block during the recovery of Redo in certain situations. Fixed inconsistency of direction of hit reactions when Garrus and Time Clone are on opposite sides of the opponent during double time. Fix the visual issue when Garrus is defeated while using Redo. Fixed issue of glowing eye color not changing based on selected palettes. AI will now execute the time clone attacks while double time is active. Time for some Havoc. Bloodbath has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Interrupting Scab Stab now causes combo damage scaling to be applied. Fixed issue with Corpse Taunt, which would allow the opponent to block follow-up attacks in certain circumstances. Corpse Taunt hit reaction will no longer execute if hitting the opponent while they are under the effects of Time Stop. Fixed several in-round taunt visual issues. So I wish he could get buffed, you know. I really feel like Havoc deserves a bit better, just saying. I think this is kind of funny. Johnny practically didn't even get touched, so he's still kind of top tier. Well, should I say OP? I don't know. Johnny Cage, fixed issue with show off that could cause down plus back punch attacks from other characters to recover excessively slow. Fixed repeating sound effect issue when Johnny Cage is selected as either character during the fatality practice. So Johnny went untouched, essentially. Kenshi Enhanced spiritual alignment used while Shujinko Mimic Ancestor is active no longer allows 2 ancestors to be active at the same time. That sounds like a nightmare. Fix a visual issue with Kenshi's sword not appearing as your customized sword during Ancestral Assist. Fix lingering visual issue with some end of round taunts. Adjusted audio during upper gash. Fixed Kameo UI flickering when Kameo gauge is set to refill in practice mode while the ancestor is active. So again, a lot of these changes really aren't drastic for some of these characters. Some do get their damage scaled, but some don't. Katana's Fancy Strike hit reaction adjusted and now has a positive hit advantage. Hill Kick hit reaction adjusted and now has positive hit advantage. So Katana fans, I think that's a good thing for you. Kung Lao hat toss reaction adjusted and now has positive hit advantage when done up close. Downward Slice no longer has 10 more frames of block stun if flawless blocked compared to regular block. Slightly increased combo damage scaling after enhanced Shaolin Shimmy. Li Mei fixed lingering visual effects when Pancration Champion, I probably butchered the hell out of this name, is interrupted. Fixed visual effects flickering at the end of her victory screen. Melina. Deep breaths here. Ballerina failure? It's Baller anal? Has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. I tried, alright? Enhanced roll has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Fixed lingering visual effects after roll is punished on block. Fixed incorrect death animation if a grounded opponent is defeated by the right size. Fixed mask clipping issues on several palettes. So, Melina fans, I'm just the messenger. Just saying. I'm sorry. Natara, Blood Sacrifice now does 5 damage down from 50. How's that for a nerf? Fixed issue, which was causing all special moves to do slightly less block damage than expected. Fixed issue that was causing enhanced air dash to be used instead of air dash if hit by a breaker or ending a combo under certain circumstances. Adjusted audio during her quick taste. Pause. Raiden, who got nerfed to shit. Lightning Strikes has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Shocker has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Increased combo damage scaling on enhanced Shocker. Electric Fly has increased combo damage and scaling when hit out of synced animation. Double Take hit reaction adjusted. He can slap hit reaction adjusted. Whirlwind damage and hit reaction adjusted. So essentially, everything was touched for Raiden. He is not the same, for better or worse. Do with that information as you will. Rain, who actually helped Sonic Fox win this weekend's event. Water Dragon hit reaction adjusted. Rain God hit reaction adjusted. Fixed Overcast and Downpour not allowing Kameo ambushes or special cancels to be performed. Drizzle is now vulnerable to up block. Fixed issue with upflow sometimes hitting behind Rain and can no longer sometimes cause a lingering hitbox when interrupted with specific timing. Fixed Rain God, Ancient Trap, Geyser, and Enhanced Geyser not displaying punish when hit during recovery frames. Fixed rare audio issue that could cause the opponent's sound effects to be distorted for a short time if Rain's throw was interrupted. So, you know, slight nerfs here. Reiko, the man with 1,000 kicks. Savage Siege, hit reaction adjusted. Interrupting Pale Rider now causes combo damage scaling to be applied. Fixed issue with full cross into Busted Knuckles, causing straight punch to execute instead. Fixed rare issue that could cause the AI to get stuck endlessly by jumping if the fatal blow misses. So, nothing too big for Reiko. Reptile, tipping the scales, hit reaction adjusted. Death roll has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Take a shot every time I've said that today. Enhanced invisibility now causes Reptile to become harder to see faster than invisibility. Fixed issue which would prevent fatality attempt if last round is won by hitting a grounded opponent with a force ball. Fixed incorrect blood color appearing when hit by certain attacks and brutalities. Scorpion, Burning Fist hit reaction adjusted. Crushing Kunai hit reaction adjusted. Fixed issue with rope disappearing if hit by a freeze reaction during various attacks. So not really touched too much. Scorpion. Sindel, fixed situation where levitate used multiple times in a combo could lead into an attack becoming unblockable. Rip. Fixed visual issue when fatal blow hits the opponent close to the corner. Fixed missing visual effects on Brutality, Victory Pose. Adjusted audio during Inspire and Enhanced Inspire, I believe. No more Infinite. So I'll celebrate that. Shang Tsung, major complications, hit reaction adjusted. Festering wounds, hit reaction adjusted. Injection has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Ground Skull, Air Down Skull special moves build less meter on hits. Invisibility moves used during Form Stealer will no longer sometimes prevent Shang Tsung from returning to his base form. The classic Brutality can now be performed and morphed into an opponent. That's pretty dope. Fixed face animation, sometimes not working as intended when morphing into an opponent. Fixed situations where incorrect animation when old form Shang Tsung is defeated by a Brutality. Fixed AI getting stuck in situations where they stay in old form or young form for the rest of the match. So, Smoke! Smoke Bomb no longer ignores combo damage scaling on last hits. Jump attacks after enhanced. Smoke Port no longer have extra recovery occasionally. Fix rare visual issue when doing special cancels, which cause blood effects to move erratically. Fixed rare visual issue with Smoke Bomb where smoke briefly appears again after disappearing. So let's see if we still run into Smoke in Combat League. Sub-Zero, Ice Clone will no longer disappear when teleported by his own Kameo. Fixed issue, which could sometimes cause Kameo wake up or Kameo reversal. Invulnerability, visual effect to not appear. Fixed visual issues when hitting cameos of deadly vapors. And of course, the Ice Clone situation we talked about yesterday apparently is a bug which will be addressed. So the EX Ice Clone should still do some work and be useful. Last, but certainly not least on the main roster is Tanya, and it seems like she got some buffs. Piety has slightly increased range, has 2 more active frames, recovers 2 frames faster on miss, and has a different hit reaction when hitting an airborne opponent. Heavenly Hand has increased hitbox when used in a combo and hit reaction change when hitting an airborne opponent. Brought Low has increased combo damage scaling when hit out of synced animation. Take a shot. Message from above is now vulnerable to up block. Dun dun dun. I said buff. Was it? Fix an issue that could sometimes cause spinning splits kicks to pass through opponents. Heavenly Hand, enhanced Heavenly Hand, air are no longer throw immune during some recovery frames. Fixed Seeking Guidance, Heavenly Hand, the EX version, the air version, EX as well, not displaying the punish when hit during recovery frames. Fixed visual issues of Divine Protection while under the effects of Sub-Zero's Kameo Arctic Armor. Fixed lingering visual effects issues that could sometimes occur after Seeking Guidance. And there you go. It's all the core gameplay changes for your roster. So again, a lot of just damage scaling, a lot of out-of-synced animation combos being adjusted. Alright, let's talk about these fucking cameos. Cyrax, you got nerfed, boy. Adjusted combo damage scaling on Copter Chopper and Horizontal Copter Chopper. That's a tongue twister. Canceling Copter Chopper into Horizontal Copter Chopper will now cost 50% cameo gauge. This is a tongue twister, guys. I'm struggling here to even read this. Slightly faster cameo gauge recharge speed after Horizontal Copter Chopper. Copter Chopper and Horizontal Copter Chopper will no longer sometimes cause the wrong reaction facing direction on hits. Fixed camera issues when using Copter Chopper, go figure, during some characters' throws. So, you know, rest in peace, Cyrax. Still useful, but definitely not as useful as once before. Darius no longer lingers around if the round ends while he is waiting to perform Eat Dirt. Fixed clipping issues during forward throw on some arenas. So again, just visual stuff. Frost. Fixed issue that could cause the ice carpet to move the opponent high in the air if they are hit close to the ground in certain circumstances. Goro. Increased recharge delay of Raise the Roof when used more than once in the same combo. So Goro cannot grab you like he used to. Pause. Jax. Speaking of grabs. Slightly increased recharge delay of Backbreaker when used more than once in the same combo. The same treatment as Goro, essentially. Oh, and I think Kano too. Slightly increased recharge delay of Knife Toss when used, and you guessed it, more than once in the same combo. So Kano got nerfed, Jax got nerfed, Goro got nerfed, Cyrax got nerfed, Kung Lao. Adjusted the recharge rate of Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw no longer sometimes causes the wrong reaction facing direction on hits. Spin no longer has incorrect hit reaction when done as a reversal. Fixed situation where Away We Go was used 3 times in a combo. It could lead to an attack becoming unblockable. So, shocker. Our boy Kung Lao as a cameo got nerfed. Mataro. Fixed issue while Mataro could still be interacted by the opponent if they jump over the tail shot. Punish message now appears if character is hit during the recovery of charge. Fatal blow. Fix the situation where if Centaurian Warp was used 3 times in a combo, it could lead to an attack becoming unblockable. So, you know, the things that need to be fixed are getting fixed here. Serena! Increased recharge delay of Kia's blades when used more than once in, you guessed it, the same combo. Fixed issue allowing opponent to gain super meter while being hit by Jataka's curse. Fixed long delay that could sometimes occur after Serena performs her end of round taunt. Scorpion's cameo. Increased recharge delay of fire breath when used more than once in the same combo. Sector. Increased recharge delay of up rocket and homing rocket when used more than once in the same combo. Fixed rare visual issues during the fatal blow. Sonya. Slightly increased the recharge delay of square wave and lay grab when used more than once, you guessed it, in the same combo. Striker cameo. Increased recharge delay of low grenade toss and high grenade toss when used, you guessed it, more than once in the same combo. Low grenade toss and high grenade toss will no longer sometimes cause the wrong reaction facing direction on hits. Finally, last but not least, Shujinko. Copycat Ice Slide now does 110 up from 30. I might have to pocket Shujinko. Mimic Time Stop. Garrus will now cause an alternate hit reaction if the victim has already been hit by Time Stop in the same combo. Mimic Stab from Baraka now does correct damage to an airborne opponent. Roll, Drill Kick, Charging Pain, and San Nado will no longer sometimes cause alternate hit reactions when used in certain combos with Shujinko's Mimic. Fixed using Smoke's invisibility followed by Fatal Blow causing lingering invisibility preceded by reappearing with no visual effects. Shujinko morphing into Shang Tsung opponent's cameo will no longer cause himself to get stuck near the corner in certain rare situations. Fixed visual issue in performing Copycat against Havoc. And lastly, fixed issue during endurance fights, which would cause the Copycat and Mimic to not work as intended after the first opponent. In conclusion, a lot more balancing and nerfs than really buffs. Yeah. This is like, again, our first real big patch for Mortal Kombat 1 other than the day 1 patch. And I do think all these changes were needed. I do. I'm excited to see where the meta goes now that we have a lot of these cameo fighters nerfed. A lot of these main fighters also balanced and fixed. Excited to see the future of Mortal Kombat 1. Some people think that I'm just way too negative. The core gameplay of this game is beautiful. I love this game's gameplay. It's just everything else in between, man. The issues, the bugs, the emptiness. It's like having, you know, open gym with Michael Jordan in like the worst open gym ever, and it's like Michael Jordan at the ripe age of like 96 or something. You feel me? like what could have been. Like it's still there, but it's not the same. A lot to build off of, and I think all these visual problems, these bugs, just prove this game was rushed. The QA team did not have enough time to sit and practice and play with everything to iron out all these kinks. So in time, the game will get fixed. It will get better. It's everything we could ask for. So please, if there's an issue you found in Mortal Kombat 1, share it with me, share it with the community, because chances are, in a patch update like this, it could get fixed and changed, and that's ultimately what we're all after, right? A fun game, a fixed game. So guys, that's all I got for y'all today. I'm sorry if my reading was all over the place. It's one of those days. Hopefully, despite that, you still enjoyed. If you could, take a second, drop a like on the video as I bump my microphone. And of course, subscribe for some more MK1 content like this on the channel. Till next time, been your host, Ben Dynasty. You guys, please take care, stay safe. I'm so glad that the Sub-Zero fucking ice clone's not ruined completely yet. See you guys soon. The next video.